All right, y'all. So I just got done watching Lee Cronin's The Mummy. That was a good movie. That was a great movie. I didn't even know who Lee Cronin is, but because of this movie, I'm watching whatever he does now. That movie was nearly perfect. Let me see if I could do a plot synopsis for this thing. Movie starts off with Egyptian family, I assume. There's these normal kids, happy-go-lucky dad, really tense mom, and all of a sudden, the family pet dies, and the mom gives them a really quick lesson in death. Cut to, she goes down into some room where there's a 3,000-year-old sarcophagus, starts chanting some words, and there's a mummy inside, and it wakes up. Cut to another family, similar to the first family we got to. Pretty normal kids. There's a reporter father, I guess a stay-at-home mom. One of the kids is, as you guessed, Katie, as in what happened to Katie. So, the daughter's pretty, a normal daughter, gets teased by her little brother. They have some scuffling fights. She's pretty normal. She likes dolls and tea sets, and she likes having tea time in the garden, in the backyard. But what the parents don't know is she has a secret friend that she meets up with. This secret friend gives her candy, and she talks and has secret conversations with this person that's outside the gate talking to her on the other side. Well, one time, this meetup turns into a snatch-up situation. Now the parents don't know where their kid is. They try to contact the local PD, but the local PD is looking at these foreigners like, oh, for all we know, you did something to the kid. And they get no answers. Cut to, again, it's years later. The other remaining kids are a little bit more grown up, but the parents, since the loss of their first kid, they still have no answers. They're a little overprotective of the remaining kid. The PD finds the missing kid. They contact the parents. They said, hey, we found your kid. And they go to get the kid in the hospital. But the kid's not the same no more. They found that kid in the same 3,000-year-old sarcophagus. She woke up out of the sarcophagus, and they can't even believe that she's alive. So when the parents pick up the kid, she is in a completely different state. But the doctors tell them that all they got to do is love on the kid and bring her some sense of normalcy. They bring the kid back home, but they quickly find out that, like Judd from Pet Sematary Bloodline said, sometimes dead is better. And they find out real quick that their kid is not the same kid. From that point, it turns into a real bring her back situation. You know them, if you've seen that movie, Bring Her Back, it turns into that kind of situation where it gets real Final Destination like. Stuff starts to happen surrounding their kid. There's some accidental deaths and some real supernatural events start happening around their kid. And they start looking kind of sideways at their kid who's like in this permanent catatonic state, seemingly. But slowly but surely, it starts turning into a whole Exorcist type of situation. Now, I mean, original Exorcist and exorcism of Emily Rose type of situation where her voice starts to change. Stuff starts happening to the family around her, and it gets real weird real quick. And so in an attempt to get their daughter back to where she was, we go through a lot of tears and fears, blood, gore, possession, death, and a whole host of other stuff to get their daughter back to where she was from this current Pet Cemetery type situation, because like I said, it takes from a lot of other movies into the Mummy movie. It takes from a little bit of Final Destination, a little bit of Exorcist, the original, and a little bit of Exorcism of Emily Rose, a lot of Bring Her Back. And judging on the lore behind the real villain of the movie, it took a little bit from Undertone. But all in all, by the time they get done with this, the family gets a great lesson in death and duty to the job and love and what it means to be a real family, and most importantly, sacrifice, because it took a great sacrifice to get this girl back to normal. But all in all, oh my goodness, this movie was so dang good. The pacing of the movie, very good. Very good. The scares and the death in the movie, expertly placed throughout the movie. It just wasn't some big giant scene of gore and death at the end. No, the scares and the death and the body horror, because there's a lot of body horror in this movie, is expertly placed throughout the movie, and you enjoy the ride all the way through. So the pacing is great. The blood and the gore in this movie is great. It's not like Terrifier, where it's just blood and gore just for the sake of it. There's actually a reason behind the death and the blood and the gore in this movie. There's a reason for all of it. And I like that. There's like a reason for everything in this movie, and it strings you along pretty well with the pacing of it. It strings you along with the kills. It strings you along with the scares. It strings you along pretty perfectly with the mystery behind all of this and why everything is the way it is and how it all fits together. It does a great job of that. So the pacing was great. The deaths throughout the movie, great. No problem there. The body horror, I loved it. It's like Guillermo del Toro got involved in this movie and he was in charge of it. Like it was some Pan's Labyrinth type of level with it. But also the acting was great. The characters in the movie, the dad, Jack Rayner, I think from Transformers Age of Extinction, man, I'm so proud of that guy. I'm so proud of Jack from that Transformers movie. How he went from Transformers to this, he ramped up his acting skills to 11, man. I'm so proud of him. This is one of those roles that he can point to and say, this is why I deserve more opportunities. This is why I deserve all of these roles. He can point to this movie, his role here, how he acted in this movie, his catatonic state, how he showed resolve, how he showed fear, how he did everything in this movie. He can point to this role right here, and it should open up so many doors for him in the future. And I hope it does, because he showed in this movie that he deserves it. Leia Costa, I know her as Moghedien from Wheel of Time. That lady, excellent. She did a great job. I mean, she acted like that was her real daughter. The love she showed the girl in the movie, the tears she shed, the care she placed on it, how she went against her husband sometimes in favor of the daughter, the fear in her face sometimes in the movie. She did a great job. She did a great job. Miss Costa did great. Veronica Falcone, I believe is her name. The older lady from Queen of the South. Me personally, I just call her the real Queen of the South. But that lady, well, first of all, that's the real magic of the movie, making that lady seem almost unattractive. If the makeup team is so good that they can make Veronica Falcone almost seem unattractive, that's a great makeup team, because I know what Veronica normally looks like, and that I don't know how old she is, and I don't care. That's a good looking woman, okay? But in this movie, you know, she plays a very older lady, and she plays the very I guess Catholic grandmother of the family, and she acted very well. She did a great job for her role in the movie. You'll find out in the movie she her acting range is very far. She goes very far in this movie. She did a great job. Proud of Veronica Falcone, Leah Costa, Jack Rayner. They all did great. The kids, they did great too. The chick who plays Katie, oh my goodness. She plays an excellent villain. She did such a great job. Whoever trained the other kids for their role, they did perfect. I don't know who trained them, but they did a great job. Point is, the detective in the movie as well, she did great. She played a stoic detective so well. Point is, everybody did so great in the movie. You almost have to ask yourself, did they realize they were in a movie? It's one of those performances where you looking at them like, oh my gosh, do they know this is fake? They know they're in a movie, right? They know this isn't real. It's almost as if the decision makers decided to place them in a situation and don't tell them this a movie. And that's just how they acted. Like they don't know it's a movie. That's how well the acting was, in my opinion. That's how I see it. But me personally, the real star of the movie was the soundtrack, the mood, the music. How it strings you along and gets you ready for the scares. I mean, there's like maybe 3, 4, 5 hit songs in the movie that you're going to recognize. But for the most part, it's mood music. It gets you ready for the scares. And the music, like in this movie, is kind of like Insidious. Like when it introduces the title, it's kind of like that. It's kind of like the Insidious movie. And the music kind of gets you like in a permanent frozen state. And you're wondering what's going to happen next. That's kind of what the music does to you, like the whole movie. And it was the real star of the movie for me. The music. It was so good. It was so good. It had me tense the whole movie. Like, what's about to happen next? What's finna happen? Why is this music doing this right here? The music was so good. All in all, that movie was so dang good. I would say it's a 9 out of 10. I would grade it a 9 out of 10. The only thing I would knock off is what is the whole reason that she even went to the sarcophagus. That's my only gripe in the movie. I don't understand why the original family even went to the sarcophagus because of the bird in the first place. I don't understand that. Maybe that's just on me. But for that, I got to knock it down 1 point. So now it's a 9 out of 10. Otherwise, it's a perfect movie. Me personally. I love this movie so much. I can't wait to buy it when it comes out on DVD. But yeah, 9 out of 10 for me. Jack, great job. Great job. Veronica, Leah Costa, good job. Everybody else, you did great. I'm very happy that I went after work directly to the movie theater to see this. This was good.